Hello rail fans, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft locomotive tutorial. Today we're going to be starting off a new train here, and we're going to be building this Altamont Corridor Express F40Ph-3C locomotive. And make sure you leave room on the track behind it, because we will be doing the whole train for this locomotive. So let's get right into the build here. So our first step is to take out some deep slate brick stairs. We'll come down on the rails and get 5 of them coming across right side up. Above that, a deep slate brick block in the middle and 2 upside down stairs on either side of that. Then 5 deep slate brick blocks across the top. Then we'll take out a dark oak stair for the coupler, turn around and get it stacked up to that second block. Delete the ones we used for placement. And underneath it, we're going to put a dark oak fence gate. And then we're going to open a dark oak fence gate on either side of the coupler. On each of the top corners, we're going to put an item frame. So one here, one here. Then we'll swing around on the side behind it, and on the second and third blocks up, we're going to put right side up oak stairs in a column. Same thing on this side. Next, we're going to do our wheels here. So 1 block in front of where the oak stairs are, we're going to get a netherite down on each rail for the wheels, with an end rod in between them to be the axle. In front of that, we're going to take polished deep slate stairs upside down, and we're going to make it 5 wide in a back-to-back T-shaped pattern. So 5 that way, and 5 this way. In front of that, another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then open dark oak fence gates into the ends of the wheels here, and also into the ends of the wheels on this end down here. Then we're going to take out deep slate brick block, and we're going to fill in the top middle 3 on the second layer coming down the length of the truck. We're going to bring it out 1 block past where the fence gates are here. Then we're going to come stand on this and crouch, and we're going to put a row of sideways anvils. On that next one out, we need to put string in all the gaps between the rails to hold up the anvils. And we'll do a second row and actually knock off the one on the right hand side. It only needs to be 4 wide. And then a 3rd row of anvils for the air tanks. Then come on top and fill in the top middle 3 with deep slate brick blocks across these air tanks, and we're going to come 1 block past them. Then on this side we're going to take out lodestone, and we need to do 2 rows of 3, 1 on top and 1 on bottom. And actually that's wrong. They need to cover the air tanks, so knock out these end ones and move it forward. Put them on this side so it covers the air tanks. Then a brewing stand up on that corner and a brewing stand up here. Above the air tanks on this side, 3 dark oak fence gates. Then we're going to swing around underneath the end of this here and put 3 deep slate brick blocks on bottom. Off that bottom block, we're going to put a row of upside down, outward facing, deep slate brick stairs. That's 10 blocks long in total. Once we have 10 blocks, 3 deep slate brick across the end, and then same thing on this side, upside down, outward facing, deep slate brick stairs, 10 blocks long, until it frames in the fuel tank up here on the bottom on this side. Then we'll switch back to deep slate brick block, and we're going to go around the outside edge on this second layer, so it's all filled in. We don't have to worry about the middle because it'll be covered later. Then on the side of the fuel tank, 1 block from the front, a player head, a crimson button, skip a block, and a crimson button. Same thing here, player head, crimson button, skip a block, crimson button. Now we'll do our next set of wheels, so skip a block from this, netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then deep slate tile stairs, upside down, 5 blocks wide in a back-to-back T-shaped pattern. Then another set of netherite wheels behind that with an end rod axle. Then we open dark oak fence gates into the ends of the wheels on this end here. And same thing down here, open dark oak fence gates into the ends of the wheels. Then go back to a deep slate brick block, and we'll fill in the top middle three on the second layer, down to where it's above these fence gates. In front of that, we're gonna make a 5x3 of deep slate brick blocks. In front of that, a 3-block tall T-shaped pattern in the middle, with an end rod on bottom above each rail. In front of that, 5 right side up deep slate brick stairs on the bottom, coming out to each side of the rails. On the next layer, a block in the middle, and 2 upside down stairs on either side. Then on top of that, on the third layer, we're going to put 5 deep slate brick blocks. Then we're going to take out an oak slab and put 3 of them coming up this gap here to be stairs. Same thing on this side here. Spin around up here and take a dark oak stair to be the coupler and get it stacked up to the second block. Underneath it, a dark oak fence gate, and then open dark oak fence gates on either side of that coupler. Put an item frame on each of the top corners. Up here on back of the fuel tank, a brewing stand here, and same thing on the other side. Then we're going to make a banner here, so come into a loom. We're going to be using a red banner and yellow dye. Make the bottom half yellow, switch to black dye, put a black border around it, and a black stripe through the middle. These are going to be for the MU caps. We're going to put them on these item frames, and then we need to rotate them so that the yellow is on the inside. And then same thing back here. Put the banners on these item frames, rotate them so the yellow is on the inside. Now we're going to come on the sides of the truck here, and on the side of each wheel we put a hopper, and then we put 4 polished deep slate slabs on top of the side of the truck. Same thing here, hoppers in front of the wheels, 4 slabs on top. Then we'll do the other side, hoppers in front of these wheels, 4 slabs on top. And 1 more corner to go here, hoppers in front of these wheels, 4 slabs on top. Then we're going to go back to deep slate brick block, and we'll fill in the top middle 3 on the third layer, end to end. Then on this top outside edge, starting at the front here, we're going to put 7 smooth quartz slabs on the top edge. Same thing on this side, 7 smooth quartz slabs. Then we'll switch over to deep slate brick slabs, and we'll fill in the rest of this top outside edge all the way down to the back. Same thing on this side, fill in the rest of the top outside edge with deep slate brick slabs until it meets up right here. Come on top of the front here and put magenta concrete on each side and 1 in the middle with smooth quartz in the gaps. Then, on the second layer above that, we're going to put 5 smooth quartz blocks coming across the front. Then we'll come around on each side, magenta concrete on bottom and a smooth quartz on top. Then 5 blue concrete across the top here on back, and then 3 blue concrete in the top middle on the front with a warp slab on each side. Then on the magenta concrete on each side of the front, we're going to put a glow item frame with glowstone for ditch lights. Above that on each side, a crimson button. Then we're going to put a birch sign in the center of the smooth quartz here, and we're going to type the word ACE in all capital letters here. Then to the side of that, another sign, and we're going to put 4 equal signs. Same thing on the other side, 4 equal signs. Then we're going to hit all 3 of those signs with blue dye, and then a glowing sack. Then we'll swing around to the sides here, and on the bottom of each side, we're going to put a line of 4 magenta concrete coming backwards. So 4 on this side, 4 on that side. Above that, we're going to do 4 smooth quartz on each side. And then above that, 4 blue concrete on each side. Then coming across the front here, 2 black stained glass, blue concrete, 2 black stained glass. Then black stained glass, 3 of them on each side of the top here. Then a white stained glass pane on each of the side of the front window here for rear view mirrors. Then on bottom where this magenta concrete is, starting right here, 4 item frames. We'll do the same thing on the other side, 4 item frames. Then we're going to make some banners for numbers, so come into a loom with a magenta banner and white dye. A vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom, horizontal in the middle. New banner. A vertical in the middle, and then the top left corner white. New banner. Vertical on the left, vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. New banner. Vertical on the left, vertical on the right. Then switch to magenta dye and make the bottom half magenta. Then go back to white dye, horizontal in the middle, vertical on the right. Then switch to magenta dye and put a magenta border around all 4 of these banners. Then we'll come place them, and the number for this one is 3104. We'll do the same thing on these item frames. Use the banners to spell out 3104. Then come on bottom behind this, and we're going to knock out this first smooth quartz slab. Put a right side up oak stair, and 2 upside down stairs above it, and a warp door on top of that. Same thing over here, so knock out this slab, right side up oak stair, 2 upside down stairs, and a warp door above it. Then on bottom behind this, we're going to put 2 magenta concrete on each side. Then we're going to switch to blue concrete and come all the way down this side. We stop 1 block before the stairs here. Then we put 1 on each inside block, and we'll put a warped door in the middle of them for the back door. Then we'll come around to the other side, skip 1 block forward from this, and blue concrete all the way up this side until it meets up. On the next layer, we're going to go to magenta concrete, and we'll skip 1 block back from those stairs on the front here. So we'll start right here, and we'll come all the way back. So fill in this whole side with magenta, then 1 on each side of this door. Fill in this whole side, and we bring it forward till it's 1 block back from where the stairs are up there. Then on the next layer, we skip 1 block back again, still with magenta concrete, and we'll come all the way down. Come across the top of this door, start right here, come all the way up this side, stopping 1 block back from the front of the layer behind it. Then we'll fill this gap with smooth quartz. Same thing on this side. Now on the next layer, starting from the front, 2 smooth quartz on each side, then 3 upside down outward facing deep slate tile stairs. Same thing over here. Then 2 smooth quartz blocks again. Then 5 deep slate tile blocks coming back on each side here. Then 2 smooth quartz again behind that. Same thing over there. And then we'll switch back to deep slate tile blocks and bring those all the way to the back. And same thing on that side over there. Then for this back middle 3 smooth quartz. Then we'll come up on the next layer, and everywhere there's deep slate tile, we'll put outward facing deep slate tile stairs on top of it. And we'll do the same thing over here, so outward facing deep slate tile stairs everywhere there's deep slate tile below it. Then we'll come through with warp stairs and put them in the gaps between all these vents, and then we'll come right up the front with them outward facing all the way to the front. 3 blue concrete across the front, and then same thing on this side, outward facing warp stairs everywhere there's an open place. Then we'll come to the back here, 3 blue concrete across the back, and then we'll go ahead and fill in the middle 3 in between here, going end to end with blue concrete. Now come on top of the windshield on the left hand side with a dark oak sign, type our locomotive number 3104. Same thing on the other side. Then we'll go ahead and hit those both with white dye and then a glow ink sac. Then on the front of the nose here in the center of the blue concrete, we're going to put a glow item frame with glowstone for a headlight. Then we'll move down and detail the back end here. And we're actually going to knock this top 3 off the back end. That should be smooth quartz. Then we're going to take out a birch sign on each side of the bottom of the smooth quartz section for our locomotive number plates. So put a sign here with our locomotive number 3104, and then one on the other side, same thing, 3104. Hit those both with blue dye and then a glow ink sac. Then we'll come down here, knock out this block, and put in gray wool. Run a ladder up this left-hand side. We're also going to knock out this back stair and block under it and replace them with smooth quartz. Same thing here. Replace that with smooth quartz. Then we'll put a redstone torch on each side of the top and a glowstone between the signs on a glow item frame for the rear headlight. Then we're going to take out oak fence for our railing. Here we come up by 4 and then over 2. Same thing on this side, up by 4, over 2. Here we'll come up by 4 and then forwards by 1. Same thing here, come up 4 and forward by 1. Then put a gray carpet here, fill in the rest of this back porch, and a gray carpet on the other side. Then we're going to put our railings up here. We're going to put a column on each side, going up 4 blocks tall to the sides of the door, but we'll have to skip where we have our number plate on. I suppose you could also move all the number banners forward, but I didn't want to add more time to this video. So we'll do the same thing on this side, a column of 4 on each side, skipping where the number plate is. Then we're going to come on top of the front, put a conduit on each side for strobe lights, open a dark oak fence gate in the middle for the horn. Behind it on the engineer side, we're going to make this C shape of warp slabs with 2 deep slate tile slabs in it, and then 2 blue candles over there. Skip back to this first vent section of 3x3 of warp trap doors. Behind this here, we're going to knock out this middle one, put in a smoker for the exhaust, and surround it with warp slabs. In the center of this, we put a plus shape for a fan, cobbled deep slate in the center with an oak trap door. Then back here, there's 3 fans, and we're going to use warp slabs to do that. So start here, make a plus shape, a second one, and a third one. Knock out the centers, put in cobbled deep slate, and oak trapdoors in the center. Now we're going to come into a loom with a magenta banner and white dye, a vertical on the left, vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal in the middle. New banner. Vertical on the left, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom, new banner. Horizontal in the middle, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom, vertical on the left. Switch to magenta dye. Go ahead and put a magenta border around these. Then we have to do some striping banners, so new banner, white dye, horizontal on the top, bottom, and middle. Then we switch to magenta dye, put a magenta border around it. New banner. White dye again, the same 3 horizontal stripes. Then we switch to magenta dye and make a triangle across the side, like that. Then we put a magenta border around that. Then we do the same thing but opposite, so new banner with our 3 horizontal stripes. Switch to magenta dye, do the opposite triangle, and a magenta border around that. Now we'll place the banners here. So starting on the back end of this middle vent section, use your banners to spell out the word ACE underneath it. Then we'll skip a block to either side, and we'll put 2 of the stripe banners, and then the angled one like that here, and like that there, so it looks like this. Then we do the same thing on the other side. So under this vent at the back of it, we spell out ACE. We'll skip a block, 2 of the stripe banners with the one angled down, and same thing up here. Now we'll do the interior, so come on in through this door, and we're going to take out smooth stone slabs. We'll put a row of double slabs under the windshield here to fill that in, and then we'll start using our slabs to fill in the floor coming across here. We're going to come back 1 block behind the doors. Behind this, on each side, we're going to use polished andesite stairs to make a staircase coming down. Then in the center of that, 2 columns of slabs running floor all the way up to the ceiling. Swing around in front of this, a blast furnace on bottom middle, glowstone above it, and a door on each side. Then we'll put 2 smooth stone slabs here for the control stand with some levers on it, a glow item frame with a compass, turn around and put a stair on each side for seats, and then we'll come work on the engine room here. So we're going to start in the center, directly behind this, and we're going to do our prime mover. We're going to put a row of anvils coming up the middle. They're going to be sideways like this, and we're going to extend it out 8 blocks long. Above those, a row of netherite. Then we'll come down here and crouch, and we'll put 2 sideways end rods. Then take out a stone button and run a line of stone buttons up the side of the netherite. We do the same thing on this side, stone buttons up the side of the netherite here. Then on top of the netherite, another full line of sideways anvils. Then on the next layer, starting from the front, 4 waxed oxidized copper, and then polished deep slate walls to the back of it. Then we'll do our generator. So in front of where these end rods are, we're going to put a 2x2 of waxed copper. On the front of it, we're going to put a polished andesite stair and a brewing stand above it, and 2 polished deep slate walls on top of the back. Then we have to do the head end power unit next. So in the middle, we're going to skip a block forward, 3 sideways anvils. Above that, we're going to put 2 rows of 3 lodestone. And on top of that, 3 polished deep slate walls. Come to the front of it here, and we're going to put 2 levers on the front of it. Now the interior is completed. Now we're going to come outside on top with blue carpet, and everywhere on the top that we haven't built something, we're going to fill in with blue carpet. So in between all these fans, around the back, all around this section, come up here, around this section, come up here, fill in this gap with blue carpet, in between those candles, and up there. We'll also come down on the nose here, and we'll fill that with blue carpet on top. Then I just realized there's only 2 stripes, not 3, so we need to change out these banners. So I'm going to leave the word ACE but I'm going to delete all the stripe banners. And we'll do the same thing over here. I'm going to leave the word ace and delete all these stripe banners. I accidentally deleted some blocks there. Delete these banners as well. And then real quick, I filled in those blocks I knocked out. And then we're going to come up and go into a loom and make new banners here. So go ahead and come into your loom. We're going to use a magenta banner and white dye. We'll put a horizontal on bottom and a horizontal in the middle. Switch to magenta dye and a magenta border around that. New banner, white dye. Our 2 stripes on bottom again. Then we switch to magenta dye. And we put a magenta triangle on top like that. And then a magenta border. New banner, white dye. Our 2 stripes again. Switch to magenta dye. The opposite triangle on top, so it angles the other way, and then a magenta border. And then we'll come place our corrected stripe banners. We're going to come on each side of the lettering, put 2 stripes, and then the one angling down. Same thing here, 2 stripes, one angling down the other way, so it looks like this. Then we'll do this side, 2 stripes on each side of the letter, and then the corresponding angled pieces on the ends. And there we have it, folks. We've completed our Ace Express F40Ph-3C. I hope you enjoyed the build. Make sure you save room on the track behind it, because we're going to do this whole train. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone have a great week. Stay safe out there, rail fans.